for joining us at this time. This is news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business Television. The headlines: Dangote refinery ready to roll out petrol. No individual can destroy PDP, party tells Wiki. Economy gaps for breath, no end in sight to petrol scarcity as Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited admits 6 billion naira debts. Details coming up shortly. Welcome back. Now the news. The Dangote Petroleum Refinery is set to roll out the sale of premium motor spirits, otherwise known as petrol. This is coming a few days after the 650,000 capacity refinery engaged in a test run of the product. Industry sources confirmed that the products would hit the market soon, as the government and the Dangote Group are working out modalities for the circulation of the product. A government source hinted that the sale and distribution of the PMS is being sorted out with the federal government. The source added that only the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited would be authorized to sell the Dangote fuel at the moment. Recall that petrol from the Dangote refinery was supposed to have been out since June, but the refinery battled with crude shortage and entered into a brawl with the Nigerian Midstream and Downstream Regulatory Authority, which accused the refinery of producing substandard diesel. The intervention of the federal government that crude oil should be supplied to the refinery in the local currency seems to be yielding the desired results. Recall that Dangote and other local refineries have repeatedly accused international oil companies of not selling crude to the local refineries. Recently, the federal government announced that the crude oil supply deal would commence in October. The management of Dangote Group also alleged that the IOCs insisted on selling crude oil to its refinery through their foreign agents, saying the local price of crude would continue to increase because the trading arms offered cargoes at $2 to $4 per barrel above the NNPCL official price. Meanwhile, some prominent members of the People's Democratic Party have challenged the former governor of Rivers State and current minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, asserting that he cannot dismantle the party. Wike, while speaking at the PDP Secretariat in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, on Saturday during the party's state congress, warned PDP governors to stay clear of the party's affairs in Rivers, threatening to put fire in their states. Wike's comments come after the PDP Governors Forum, through its chairman Bala Mohammed, called for a review of the party Congress results to restore incumbent Governor Siminalayi Fubara's leadership during their convention in Taraba State on August 23rd. Prelude to the Taraba meeting, governance in Rivers State had been in disarray due to a clash of interest between Wike and Governor Fubara, both PDP members. This dispute over party control rips the State House of Assembly into two, with two speakers loyal to Wike and his successor, Fubara. Attempts by President Bola Tinubu and other prominent figures to mediate between the two factions have failed, with both groups refusing to sheath their sword. In an exclusive interview on Sunday, PDP Deputy National Publicity Secretary Ibrahim Abdullahi remarked that Wike's comments posed no threat to the PDP, which he said had withstood over 25 years of more severe challenges. Meanwhile, the Osun State chapter of the PDP on Sunday urged Wike to face his duty as a minister and stop threatening those in support of Fubara. The Director of Media and Publicity, Osun PDP, Oladele Olabimiji, said Wike's statement was reckless and irresponsible. In another news, there were indications yesterday that the petrol shortage in the country would not end soon, as $6 billion debt has been confirmed by the NNPC. In another news, there were indications yesterday that the petrol shortage in the country would not end soon, as 6 billion naira debt to petrol suppliers, lack of liquidity and other issues have put pressures on the federal government's capacity to sustain the importation of the product. This is even as oil marketers say they had not been able to import the products due to the high foreign exchange rate of $1,500, which has increased the landing cost of the products to more than 1,100 naira per liter. Meanwhile, the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association said yesterday that the economy continues to struggle due to fluctuations in the foreign exchange market, continued low crude oil production, and a high monetary policy rate that has constrained business activity. Meanwhile, players in the value chain have adopted measures to maximize the allocation of available limited supply. After weeks of denial, the NNPC admitted on Sunday that it owed its petrol suppliers the sum of $6 billion, saying it was facing financial strains due to petrol supply costs. In a statement by its Chief Corporate Communications Officer, Olufemi Soneye, the state-owned energy company shortly confirmed that the debt was the reason for the fuel queues in filling stations across the country, stating that it is impacting the supply sustainability. This is news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business TV. Still to come, Nigeria Aviation Handling Company rewards cleaner with cash and promotion for returning $10,000. Details of this and more after the break. Welcome back. Now, the Nigeria Aviation Handling Company Limited has rewarded a staff member of the company, Mr. Awal Ahmed Dankode, who found and returned $10,000 while cleaning an aircraft in Kano. The Kano-born Dankode was hosted at the headquarters of the company at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos for his transparency, honesty, and integrity. Dankode was assigned alongside other colleagues to clean the MS-878 passenger aircraft operated by Egypt Air, when he found the money left behind by the passenger on the seat number 25H. At the Malam Aminu Kano International Airport on Wednesday, the Group Managing Director, CEO of NACO, Mr. Indralin Gupta, while commending Dankode for being a true NACO ambassador who had put into use the training he received in the company, announced a handsome cash reward, instant promotion, and appointment as NACO brand ambassador. The CEO pointed out that the majority of NACO staff members exhibit these values in their everyday work. Also speaking on the occasion, the Chief Financial Officer of NACO, Mr. Adioye Emiloju, commended Dankode for exhibiting high integrity. Dankode invited some of his relations to the ceremony, including Jafar Maimako, Saddam Tanko Ibrahim Muazu, and Yusuf Mohammed. As a brand ambassador, Awal Ahmed Dankode will grace all NACO major events anywhere in the country, promote its brand, and have the chance to travel and interact with top officials and stakeholders of the company. Meanwhile, Amnesty International Nigeria has condemned the mass trial of End Bad Governance protesters. The trial is set to begin in Abuja, Kano, and Kaduna today. Recall that a good number of protesters were arrested by security agents during the hunger protest in August 2024. Condemning their mass trial in a statement on its X platform on Monday, AI said Amnesty International condemns the sham trial of the protesters even before it began and calls for an end to this endless bizarre attempt to deprive people of the right to peaceful protest. The unfair trial is only a disguised exercise solely aimed at punishing dissenters. In another news, the Commissioner for Health in Lagos State, Professor Akin Abayomi, has said the only antidote to check Japa syndrome in the country is to provide a healthy living for the doctors in the medical professions to make it more attractive and inspiring. He said this during the 48th Annual Scientific Conference and General Meetings tagged Ibadan 2024, organized by the Nigerian Society for Hematology and Blood Transfusion in Nigeria, held in Ibadan. Making a case for improved working conditions, he said at the moment there are about 3.9 doctors to 10,000 people in Nigeria, adding that on average there is only one pathologist to 500,000 to 1 million people. He advised both the government and the medical practitioners to create more opportunities for specialist training and engage in the mass production of medical professionals. Speaking at the event, the Chief Medical Director of the University College Hospital Ibadan, Professor Jesse Otegbayo, who was represented by Professor Shola Olawoye, Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee, said, "We acknowledge the critical role that hematology plays in the healthcare system of our nation. Hematologists and blood transfusion specialists are the unsung heroes who work tirelessly behind the scenes to diagnose, treat, and manage blood disorders, ensuring that patients receive the best possible care." Still, this is news analysis coming to you live on Politics and Business Television. Petrol price surge looms at NNPC grapples with financial crunch. Join us shortly as we discuss and analyze this with Malam Yushra Aliyu, our in-house economist. See you after the break. Good afternoon, sir. Please hold on, sir. Welcome back. Amid mounting financial pressures, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has hinted at a possible hike in petrol prices. The state-owned oil giant, struggling to balance its books, admitted to severe financial strain, raising concerns of an imminent price adjustment. As Nigerian brace for the impact, industry experts warn that the move could trigger a fresh wave of economic challenges. Will the government intervene, or are consumers on the brink of paying more at the pump? Let's hear what our economist has to say on this. Good afternoon to you, Mr. Yushra Aliyu.
Good afternoon.
So I'll begin by asking, what is this recurrent issue with petrol price in the country?
It is as a result of poor planning. It is as a result of also poor engagement in the petroleum industry, and that is the result. Once you mortgage what you have as a foreign exchange earner and you mortgage it with a series of loans, you are bound to have this kind of congestion as far as financial flows is concerned. And that is why today you find the NNPCL, even though with the new Petroleum Industry Act, cannot function well, cannot deliver efficiently, and cannot also provide the alternative required to make PMS stable and economy.
So at this point, will the government intervene, or will the consumers be left to face it at the pump?
Listen, there is no any room for government intervention. There is Petroleum Industry Act, and this act specifies the role of government, the role of investors, the role of partners, and also the role of consumers. So the situation is that there must be a price in any marketing strategy. There must be a price, and consumers have to pay the price of what they have to consume. The end result is that we are going to have higher prices because Nigeria wants to earn more money in foreign exchange because of the stabilization measures adopted by OPEC. The prices are stable, the prices are higher at the international market, and at the same time we are importing what is produced in other economies. So we have to pay the price.
So it is on the news this morning that the Dangote refinery will be rolling out petrol this month or very soon. So why is this petrol price coming up at the same time the Dangote refinery is ready to roll out petrol?
Dangote refinery will remain a blessing, but to have the blessings requires so much of policy strategies. One is for Dangote to produce at Naira rate. Second is Dangote to produce at Naira rate. Third one is for Dangote to produce with normal profit, not abnormal profit. If it is obtained in the economy, definitely some axis, that is from the southwest axis, will start to gain the benefit of PMS sales by Dangote. And at the same time also, government must intervene using different models. The one that is used by independent petroleum marketers. They are cartel, they are controlling supplies, they are controlling price, and at the same time they are exploiting Nigerian consumers. So the best way to do it, Dangote will remain a blessing, but there must be strategic options for the supply and distribution.
What are these strategic options?
Pardon?
I said, what are these strategic auctions that must be there?
The strategic auction is that the Nigerian government must sell Dangote crude oil in Naira. Dangote must consider Naira value in this production and sell in the local market at a price that is not exploitative. 3, the strategy of distributing the production. No matter what Dangote produces, if it is diverted to other countries or to other markets, is not going to be a positive for the Nigerian consumer. So therefore, there must be strategy in pricing, there must be strategy in distribution, and there must be strategy in monitoring efficiency.
At this point, are we certain and sure that if the Dangote refinery starts rolling out PMS, this will be an end to petrol, the current petrol price?
Listen, Dangote production can never put to an end in what is called scarcity, because consumers thought supply of this product in Nigerian economy. But unfortunately, subsidy is removed. Government is not paying subsidy. Consumers are paying prices, but there is scarcity of the product. So it is wrong for people to assume that as so far Dangote is now producing PMS, is going to be an end in shortages, an end in price racketeering. But we are hoping, using the right strategy, the situation will be brought under control. Remember, Dangote is out to make abnormal profit. And that is what I said in the beginning. Dangote can produce and sell in Naira term, but the price must be monitored. Dangote must be pushed to be taking normal profit, not abnormal profit. That is why we are getting it wrong. Most of these people that are distributing this product, the Ipman and others, are targeting abnormal profit. That is why all of us are suffering, and nobody.
So what, in your opinion, are the solutions to totally end the recurrent fuel prices?
Effective mechanism in monitoring the price. The Department of Petroleum Resources, that is one. Second, the petroleum, the PPMC, that is Petroleum Price Regulatory Agency, must be on deck to monitor prices at every point of distribution. This will help consumers to have normal prices, to have normal supply of this product, and the economy to respond to it.
So this NNPC financial crunch, how did it come about? How is NNPC owing $6 billion?
Government must put auditors to check their books because they are selling Nigerian product, and we are paying our creditors with our crude oil. And government also must also look in what is sharing from the Federation account. These are things that can be used to moderate prices.
All right, thank you for joining us on the program today.
For a very long period, former central bank governor has been calling for Nigerian government to put eye in NNPCL. Professor Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala some time back identified accounts that are maintained by NNPCL, and nobody is saying anything about those accounts. So unless these are done, there is no way you expect efficiency directly from the PPMC, because it's a limited liability company now.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program for today. Many thanks for joining us. This will be the size of our program for you today. Don't forget to stay tuned to our channel for more news on politics, business, and much more. I am Idris Amina. Bye for now.